Watch everybody. It's Saturday, the 7th of January, and I just wanted to take a moment to talk about Flare Network because the arguably one of the largest token distribution events in crypto history is about to take place tomorrow night in the early hours, or I think it's 23:59 UTC, so right at the end of Sunday early into Monday morning. So Flare Networks is a project that I've been associated with, looking at and participating in for the last couple of years. I think it's one of the more ambitious and promising projects in the crypto sector. And those of you on CryptoGB, our Facebook group, would have noticed my posts recently around this. We've seen the price of Songbird, the Canary network for Flare Network, double recently off its lows of like 1 cent to almost, breaching 2 cents at one point. So it's been exciting. There's been a lot of anticipation. We in this community have been waiting for this event for a long time. It's been postponed multiple times, not because of any problems with the team itself. I think what people don't really understand, and I'm really sympathetic with the team for this, is how difficult it is to organize a token distribution event of this size, given the number of moving parts, the number of actors that are involved. This is never going to be easy, very difficult, but I think they're finally here. So just take a moment to go through this with the review and share my thoughts. So let's start with Flare Network's proposition as I understand it. There are plenty of videos you can go and watch where you hear from the project members themselves what they think they're doing. But for me, what interests me about Flare Networks is I think Flare Network is a network of networks. They have taken upon themselves the task of connecting disparate communities, disparate blockchains together in a reliable and quick fashion to transfer liquidity and information. That's at a low level, I think that's what they're doing. Why is that important? Well, eliminating the barriers between these networks and connecting them together in a reliable and secure way creates new opportunities for developers to create more useful applications. And cryptocurrency, the crypto sector, successful projects are based on community and utility. Simple as that from my perspective. The ones that have vibrant communities with real utility are the ones that are going to survive. From the 21,000 kind of projects that we have today, you'll probably be able to count the ones that survive in the next 5 years on your fingers and toes, and probably in the next 10 years on one hand, due to consolidation and everything else that occurs in the technology sector that we've seen from previous runs like the internet.com era. So I think what distinguishes the Flare team from some of the competition in this area is the amount of careful consideration that they've given to decentralization, governance, and risk. They have combined the best from traditional finance, which is risk management and due diligence and processes around managing risk, with what we're seeing now in the crypto sector in terms of novel technology. And I think we've seen a lot of projects just don't have they completely throw the baby out with the bathwater when it comes to traditional finance. Building things quickly and making mistakes and errors is wonderful if you're not dealing with other people's money, but that seems to have been a message that has been lost on most of the crypto sector, unfortunately. And for some of us who are a little bit older and come from traditional finance into the crypto sector, we kind of look at these mistakes and we recognize them, the easily avoidable mistakes that unfortunately have been repeated. But I guess it's the cost of innovation. The Flare Networks team, I'm fairly confident from everything that I've seen and looked at so far, are avoiding some very basic mistakes that other projects aren't avoiding, and being far more careful with people's money. So briefly on the team, the co-founder and CEO is Hugh Fillion. The project was founded in 2019, as far as I can see. They've raised 11 million USD in that time, have 51 people and some open vacancies. And the community is incredibly vibrant, well-run and active. I participate on Discord and Telegram and Twitter and Reddit. They're on all of the usual channels that you would expect them to be on, with Discord I think being the main one. Although I would say the last time I tried to post a message on Discord, the second time I tried, they've got some kind of delay, so I'm not allowed to post for 3.5 hours. I don't know if I've said something wrong or annoyed Tom maybe, but if you're listening to this, Tom, can you please allow me to post a little bit more frequently? That would be nice. Moving on, the tokenomics, 100 billion Flare tokens will be distributed on day one. That will be on the 9th of January. A good portion of this, in my opinion, 28.5 billion, goes directly to community members, and that would be distributed over 36 months, but we'll get into this event in a bit more detail. You can see all of the details on the tokenomics. I think they're fine. The team have taken the kind of minimum amount of precautions that I would expect, which is, for the team themselves, the rewards and tokens that go to the team, they're locked in. They can't just dump them day one. They've given some thought to that. And also about 20%, 20 billion of these tokens have been set aside for incentivizing project development, which is great. I think that's ensures that the network has some resources to continue to grow over the long run. The token distribution event itself, so a change has been made to try and incentivize those who are engaged with the community to hold on to their tokens at the cost of those who are willing to just want to drop the tokens or make a quick buck. This is an experiment. It's the first time that I think this has really been tried, and it's not gone without some criticism. Ultimately, we shall see. From my perspective, I think, again, at least the team have put a lot of thought into this and tried to learn from lessons from other projects. Whether or not they're successful, I don't know. It remains to be seen. But the long and short of it is 15% of the tokens are going to need to be from the community pool will be dispersed or distributed day one on the 9th of January. Now, if you sell these immediately, then you will not be able to claim the rewards from the rest of the 85% that was delegated to you if the Flare Improvement Proposal 01 is voted in, which it probably will be voted in as part of the governance program. So what this does is, again, without getting into too much detail, if you hold and wrap those FLR tokens and participate in FTSO delegations, so you're participating in network events, you will earn rewards, and you will earn more rewards because from the people who sold their tokens will not get their rewards. That's the simplest way I think I can describe it. Let's jump into the core functionality, and I will state a claim and give you my perspective on that claim. Again, this is very rough, quite crude at this stage. I'll try and refine it, and if anyone disagrees with anything that I'm saying, please drop me a comment. I'm doing this in good faith, and if I've made a mistake or misrepresented anything, I'm more than happy to go and reconsider what I've said. So, reliable decentralized prices. The claim is that the FTSOs utilize a network structure to deliver highly decentralized prices and data series to distributed applications on Flare without relying on centralized providers. So I've counted about 100 FTSOs with 68 having above zero voting power. Anything that's zero voting power doesn't contribute, as far as I can see, to price data. So these are defunct FTSOs, as far as I understand it. Now, many of the FTSO owners are anonymous, so we can't verify if they're independent entities. And this means I could, for example, set up what looks like 5 different FTSOs, but it actually is just me setting those up, because it's not particularly difficult, I think, to set up an FTSO. There is some cost, there is some overhead, but if I wanted to game this, I probably could. I see this as a growth pain. It's still the most decentralized Oracle network that I'm aware of at this stage, and it doesn't take much to shouldn't take too much effort to validate and verify if the FTSOs are being gamed or not. But this is an area that I think demands a little bit more attention, and it's a growth pain. I think over time, as the network grows, I would hope to see more doxed and public FTSOs in this space, providing price data and also stating where that data comes from. I know it's proprietary, but you could arguably, if I wanted to game this, I would set up 5 FTSOs, all of them taking price data from Binance. So not particularly decentralized, right? But I could do that. And who knows, I could earn some rewards doing that. So again, knowing who the FTSOs are and having some indication of how they're calculating prices, or where the centralized source of these prices are coming from, would be very beneficial to the network, and I have no doubt that this is a growth pain. In terms of secure state acquisition from other blockchains, the claim is that the state connectors allow for information from other blockchains to be securely and trustlessly used on Flare. The state or information provided from other blockchains needs to be attested, and I can't find a list of independent attesters at this stage. Not to say it doesn't exist, I simply can't find it. Again, I think this is a growth pain and an opportunity for people to get involved in this network to attest information off-chain that's being included into the Flare network. It's just another growth opportunity, one that I'm actually quite interested in myself. Scalable EVM-based smart contracts. Flare's Scalable EVM allows existing EVM tooling and Solidity to be used to launch any existing or envisaged EVM DApp on Flare. I don't think that's a particularly controversial claim. The EVM is based on Avalanche that's been out in the wild for a very long time. Ultimately, which means it's been proven. It's processes transactions. It's pretty secure. They're using that as their foundation, and they have quite a rigorous security audit regime from day one. So I think this claim will probably pass muster, but only time will tell. I'm still fairly confident about this claim. And then finally, fast, low, and low carbon. So I don't care about the carbon element. Carbon is central to all life that we know exists in this universe, and if we have more carbon dioxide, I just imagine that's going to lead to a greener planet, which is exactly what it's been doing. But leaving that aside, is it fast and is it low fee? Well, from my experience of using the Songbird on a Canary network, it is fast and it is low in terms of the costs, low fee. So overall, I'm looking at this event with a lot of excitement, because it's one of the largest token distribution events in crypto history. I think this is something we should all be paying attention to. As for the Flare network and Songbird itself, I've been part of the community for contributing in different ways for the last few years, and I'm quite excited about this. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, put a like, subscribe and share. Join us if you're on Facebook, you can join us on CryptoGB, links in the show description notes, and you can follow me on Twitter and all the other usual channels. Like I said, if I've misrepresented anything, I'm trying to do this in good faith, so just get in touch, whatever channel you like, Telegram, whatever, and tell me where you think I've made a mistake, and I'll try and do a better job next time. Thank you very much.